Hi everybody, it's Carla. I'm back on to show you another baby that I created using a thrifted Cititoy doll. A few weeks ago, you might have seen if you watched my videos that I had made a zebra hybrid doll out of a Cititoy doll, and at that same time that I got this doll, I also found this exact same doll, a second one, at the thrift store, so I bought them both. And this was my first version, the hybrid baby. And this is my second version, a little clown baby. Now, this little thrifted toy here was the inspiration for this baby that I created. And I had mentioned that in an earlier video too, that I hope to make a clown baby again. I think I've made two before, and this is my next version of it. But yeah, this is with a thrifted Cititoy doll. Now, they were from the year 2000 something. I'm not sure. I have to look at the back of the head. But I also, a few weeks later, got a 1998 Cititoy doll, which is that one right there. And it had a flesh color body. The zebra, that doll had a white body, and so I used the white body for her. But for this baby, since I kept her skin tone flesh color, I also used the flesh color body on her from that 1998 doll. Now, since that doll was 20 years old, when I took the doll apart and I washed the body, I always do that, get rid of the old stuffing and that. And if there's any pellet packets that I can wash and recycle, I do that. I threw the pellet packets and the body into the wash, and I added bleach with my detergent, and almost all the grime came out, but there was a couple of spots that didn't, and I think it's just worn in parts on one arm, and there's a little bit on her chest. But other than that, her body is spotless, and her pellet packets are clean and spotless, and they've been sanitized. So I used those to weight her again, and I also use brand new polyfill. That was also thrifted though, because I look for brand new packages of polyfill that I can use, like that people buy at Walmart or Hobby Lobby, and they just donate them to the thrift store, and I get them for less than half price of what they would charge in the store. So I always look for those and buy them when I can. Another thing I did, I had this baby wear 0 to 3 months clothing, and I had a real pretty pink onesie that I wanted to use. And then I went to the thrift store and looked for something that was brightly printed that I could turn into an outfit for her. And I found a 2-toddler dress. And I cut the skirt off and I gathered it by hand around this onesie. And you can see here how I did it. I laid it upwards like this, like upside down. And I gathered it as I hand sewed it. And then I went back with my sewing machine and I stitched it permanently. Sorry, my phone just fell. And so that made her skirt. And then for the back bodice part, I cut that off and covered this hat. Now this hat has a cute little story to it. My son had given me a Hobby Lobby gift card at Christmas, and I bought a few things, but I wanted to go in and see what was on their clearance. And I went to the very back corner where my Hobby Lobby has all their clearance. And I got this party hat, which was originally $7.99. And it was marked down to 51 cents. And it was red with black polka dots, but it had the black fur and the black pom-pom. And I decided I would get that and just cover it with part of the fabric. So I used the back of the bodice of the dress, and I used my Eileen's tacky glue, and I just wrapped it around. I had to use another little piece to fill it in. And then when that dried overnight, then I looked through my headbands and I found a polka dot headband. And I hot glued a big flower to it, and then I pulled it down over the top of that party hat to add an accent, because I named this baby Dottie. So she's Dottie, the baby clown, and she's laying on a pink polka dot thrifted blanket. Everything I do pretty much is thrifted. So it's just showing you how you can make something out of a thrifted, discarded toy that was well loved at one point, but now you can recycle it and make it into something really cute. And I know a lot of people watch my videos and they like it because I can show them how to make things on a budget. And I know we all love and we look at, and I do it too, go to Bountiful Baby, go to McPherson's, Sandy's all these doll kit sites, but the doll kits are usually out of my range. Every now and then I can get a doll, but I can't really do that very often. So this is a way I can be creative. And I use the air dry acrylic craft paints that I buy at Walmart, at Hobby Lobby, at Joann's, at Michael's. And I use my additives, Folk Art Glass and Tile Medium when I have it, Mod Podge, and all-purpose sealer when I don't. And I mix it and I paint and I enjoy it. And then I seal everything with my Ultramatte varnish that I get at Hobby Lobby. And I have a New Wave oven, and even though these are air dry paints, I run them through my New Wave oven to bake the at least the final varnish seal, even if I don't do the paint as I go. And I bake it at 250 for 15 minutes on my New Wave oven, and that seals the varnish really well. And if I want to cure it an extra well time, I'll do it a second time. And it's just turned out really, really well. Her skin has texture. I don't know if it's picking it up, but I pounced it all over with the sealer. This is a bald baby. I didn't put any hair on it. She's a hard vinyl, and I just didn't even want to attempt that. And with the hat, I thought she got enough going on up there on top of her little head. But I did, underneath where her hat is, I did put a little dotted flower like I did here on her hands. Only I put a stem on the one on her head. She's got one on that hand. She's got one on this foot, and she's got one on this foot. And then her little toenails, they're painted. Her fingernails are painted, and they're glossed. I glossed the pink polka dots on the outer part of her face. I glossed her pink lips and her mouth. I glossed the green eyeliner area around her eyes. And I glossed her little blue earrings. Now, I didn't gloss the pink nose. I just wanted to leave that matte, just for a contrast. And I think she turned out really, really cute. So I encourage everybody just to find these thrifted dolls, get out your paints, have fun, and see what you can come up with. And she's super squishy. She's well weighted. And like I said, she wears 0 to 3 months clothing, so I think she would be like a 19 to 20 inch baby doll. And I think she turned out really super cute. And for variety, just to show you, I was putting this up here to compare. I made a hybrid doll out of the exact same doll. And you can see the face is the exact same. But just the way they were painted, they look like they're not even the same doll at all. And one final thing I did for her eyes, they came with little sleeping eyes. And this one, when I painted it, the paint just kind of held the eyes permanently open. But this one, they still wanted to kind of half sleep, but I didn't want them half sleeping eyes. And I just used a blunt kind of a knife, kind of bread knife thing. And I pushed her eyeball up and where it caught the eyelashes up under the top lid. And then when I stuffed her head, it pushed everything forward. It gave the illusion of her eyes being lined with black, but now they're permanently open, and they're not going to open and close, and they're looking straight, and they're just the way I wanted them to look. So I hope you like this little baby. I know clowns are not everybody's favorite. Some people are very turned off by clowns. I think a baby clown is adorable, and it doesn't bother me at all. And this, like I said, is my second or third, I think it's my third version of a clown doll that I've made. I've made a couple in the previous years. But I think she just turned out really cute and sweet. And it doesn't bother me at all that she's got the quarter limbs. She's very floppy and just very cute. And I just had a lot of fun making her, and I wanted to share her with you all. So I hope you like it. I hope you like how I make do with things that I find at my thrift store. And I hope I gave you some inspiration. And I would love to see the dolls you make. I watch everybody's as much as I can. And I'm just so impressed that people are so kind to me with their comments, and that they appreciate that I was maybe giving them an idea that they hadn't thought of before. I know I picked up a lot of ideas on YouTube that I hadn't thought of before. And when I have some good information or some technique or something, I am more than happy to share it with anyone. I just want us to all enjoy this doll hobby and enjoy these beautiful babies. So thank you for watching, and I'd love to hear your comments. Talk to you later. Bye.